fiddling with hair, no fiddling with face. The dog's barking because she thinks someone's at the door. 11:02. I'm late for a very important date. How you doing, guys? Okay, I've been trying to print off a picture, so I think I'm going to have to show it you on the laptop when the moment's appropriate. I hope I can. I'll just have to bring it round. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Marion and Lynn Faulkner and Lynn Sabin and Eileen Brown and Peggy Davis. You're all there. You are. It's good to see you. It's good to see you. Oh, Linda Buschetto, you're there too. Linda, I'm not ready for that photocopying yet. We've had a change of heart. My nephew and his partner have had a change of heart for the front of the service sheet. So I need to remember to tell you that so that you don't go over to church because it's not ready yet. Good morning, Barbara Gordon. I can see myself and it's really quite off-putting, you know, to watch yourself. Have a look. I can swizzle myself round a bit. That's better. That's it. That's it. I think it's my top. My top's really bright in the screen. It is. So good morning, everybody. Good to see you. Good to see you. I'm still fiddling with my hair. Stop, stop, stop. Slurp of coffee. Calm myself down. How you doing? Welcome to St Paul's Facebook page. Everybody's saying good morning to everybody, so feel free to have that conversation together while I slurp my coffee. It's been one of them mornings. I'm trying to do one more thing and one more thing, and in the main on a Wednesday and a Sunday I just try to be quite, but I've been putting the wash out, putting the wash in and doing all those things that I totally detest, but do them anyway because that's what we do, isn't it? It is. Good morning, Avro. Good to see you. Good to see you. And good morning, everyone. Good to see you all. Thank you for pressing your button. Thank you for being here. I didn't give you a little reminder this morning because I was all there like you are. Good morning, Sharon Glasspool. It's good to see you too. So welcome. Another day is here. Another day has dawned. It's not a bad day. It's a white sky as opposed to a blue one, but that's better than a grey one, isn't it? So I think it's not too bad. It's quite warm. When I was out with the dog, it was quite warm. So that's all well and good, isn't it? And it's Wednesday and it's 11 o'clock. And it's me and you time. So time flies, doesn't it, when you're having fun? You know, those other little sentences that are like that as well. Good morning, Claire. And good morning, everybody, because we're all in this together, aren't we? That's what Asda say, you know, now. Like Tesco's is every little helps. Asda's is we're all in this together. I heard it yesterday when I was getting laminate paper, which I never knew Asda sold, but you learn something new every day, don't you? If you're open, if your heart and your mind is open, you learn something new every single day. So there you go. How are you doing? So I want to remind you that St Paul's is getting geared up and ready for opening on Sunday morning, 4th of October, not the 3rd like I told you before. Linda Buschetto put me right. So it's the 4th of October and it's 10 o'clock. And at the moment, there's just one service. So we're going to have a bit of a meeting tomorrow evening and we're going to see how we're going to move forward with that because I know different churches are doing things differently. So we want to do it how it's right for us, don't we, at St Paul's. So it's great to see what other churches are doing, but actually, you know, we just need to do it, which is just right for us. So it might be different to the way other churches do it, but it would be different in the same kind of way, opening the doors. So to welcome people back into the building. Ooh, Eileen, I've already brought the celebrations. Now steady on there, girl. Behave. Don't get too excited. And if I'm giving you the responsibility of giving them out, you have to be very restrained, Eileen, and not keep thinking about all those months that we've missed. All right. Okay. Bless you. So back on the 4th of October, it will be different. It will look different. It will be different. We will be the same, and so will God, because God never changes. He's the same yesterday, today, and forever. So I don't want you to worry. The way we physically do things will be different, but the way we spiritually do things, I guess, will be slightly different, because everything will be on the PowerPoint. And Lynn, our wonderful organist, is going to play us some lovely music. She's not going to play hymns, because that would make me misbehave and it would make me sing, and we're not allowed to do that just yet. And as Church of England, being answerable to our bishops and the rules and the guidelines, we're going to abide by them and be right and proper, because that's what we should do. Of course, remembering that we answer as well to God. So, and God is authority. Our bishops are our authority as well. So we're going to abide by those guidelines and those rules, and we're going to just see how that all pans out. As I said last week, baby steps. Good morning, June Smith. Good to see you. Hope you're going to get to see Mike tomorrow for his birthday, and you'll wish him well from all of his family at St. Paul's. And we'll be very much thinking of you both. So I've told you about the church service. I wonder if people needed a reminder about food banks. Remember our food bank, which runs out of, so it can be a bit confusing. So St. Paul's Food Bank, which runs out of Main Street Methodist Church, because they've got all the storage there and the shelving and stuff. So that's on, when is it on, Wendy? Tuesday and Friday at the moment. So if you or you know anyone that is in need of a parcel, then please do get down there to Main Street Methodist Church. And of course, if you want to go today down to Forester Road, the lovely Avril and Nikki Brooks is there, one of our counsellors, to serve you. Please remember to wear your masks. I nipped across Tesco's this morning and needed some blue milk, because some adults in our house like blue milk. Not me and not Pete, but some like the blue milk, which is fair enough. When you're as thin as a light, you can eat and drink what you want, can't you? It don't matter, does it? Although I'm sure I've read somewhere that blue milk is what we should all be drinking, because all this semi-skimmed and skimmed is not good for us. Oh, hello, Pat. Is that you? That's lovely to see you, if it is. Yeah, because you're going off for coffee soon, aren't you? Bless you. Bless you. So, a reminder about food banks are done. Don't forget to wear your mask. And you will need a mask to come into church. And you will be asked to sign in. So that's the track and trace that you've done everywhere. If you've been to a restaurant, you'll just be doing that at St. Paul's. Okay, so that's all you need. That's all you need, a mask. Don't worry if you've forgotten it, because that's what I did. Nipped over to Tesco's, got down the drive, and then had to come all the way back, because I nip out the back and over the bank. Anyway, I came back and I did it, because you have to, don't you? You have to wear your mask. So, bless. So, yes, done that. Wear mask. Don't worry if you forget your mask. Don't go back. Don't not come to church. We've got masks. Okay, we've got masks and we've got face shields. If you would prefer a face shield as well, I've got some of those. So you will be fully supported. You'll have the lovely, I hope, Pete Beardsmore to show you to where you should be sitting, because the chances are you won't be sitting in your very own pew, in your very own seat. Good morning, Donald. Good to see you. Oh, June, you're back to waving through the window. Oh, one of the carers have had a positive result. I know this is it, isn't it? dear, it's all a bit of a nightmare, isn't it? Oh dear. It's like I'm going to say now, the schools are back and then they're not. Some years have had to be sent home, haven't they? Because some pupils or teachers have had positive effects, positive tests, haven't they? So, oh dear. It's that corona coaster, folks. And I think we need to hold on tight, don't we? Really. I don't know about you, but I'm finding it a real struggle to listen to the news right now because I don't know what's what, why, and wherefore. And I thought, though, trying to pick up on the positive when we have a little time together, because there's so much doom and gloom around, isn't there? You can't make head or tail of the news, or at least I can't. And so it was lovely this morning when I clicked on and I thought, oh look, Meghan and Harry, or Harry and Meghan, however you choose to, they've given £100,000 to children, young girls' education in Africa. How wonderful is that, really? And I know people will have all sorts of questions about why haven't they done it here, why haven't they done it there? Well, they've done a kind gesture, haven't they? And so surely we need to honour that, don't we? That kind gesture, because that's the right thing to do, isn't it? So we all have different ways, don't we, of doing kind gestures. And I think the last 6 months have brought us into many, many kind gestures. But individually, we've done lots of things that we probably wouldn't have done, or maybe we've done more of. So we might not have phoned a particular person before, but we've phoned them now. You know, and we might not have visited a particular person, or we've waved to someone over the fence, or we've even done that amazing thing and we've shopped for people. So there's different ways of giving. We don't have to give £100,000 away, do we? You know, we can give £1 away to someone, you know, that we know is in need. It's the giving, isn't it? It's in the giving, as well as the shopping. Doing shopping for people, taking things in, or leaving them at the door, maybe leaving them at the gate, waving through windows, making phone calls. Yeah, we've done that in these very trying times. It's hard then, isn't it, to be gentle with ourselves. Good morning, our Kelly, and good morning, our Sean as well. You're all there, aren't you? Yes, Pat. Trust in Jesus. Because the news is all over the place. I'm glad somebody else is thinking that, because I'm thinking it's me. It is. It's me. So giving comes in many different ways. And I know that all of you here and all of you that will watch at a later time, you know, you will all give, won't you? In a way that's appropriate for you. So that may not be that you can give financially. You may not be able to give anything out of your food cupboard. You may not be able to do any of those things. But I think one of the best things we can do is give people our time. And me, thank you, Eileen. You were there before me. You were there before me. And we can give our time, can't we? And I don't know about you, but in these strange days where we seem to have had more time on our hands than... Excuse me, my coffee's coming back, than we've ever had. It's not coming back literally, don't worry. I just had a little burp. It was very unladylike. So, yeah, so we can give people our time, can't we? And in these days where we seem to have done a lot of nothing, but it's not true, is it? Because I've done lots of everything, and it hasn't included visiting, because for the most part, we haven't been able to visit each other. But actually, you know, I've tried my best. I've tried to wave and have a little moment with people when I've done the newsletter, you know, and a phone call here and there, emails and texts. Tried to do all of those things. It's really very difficult when you're chained to a laptop. So you'll know that because it's Wednesday, if we were in church, we would be doing a little communion service, and we're not going to be doing those right at the moment either. So for those of you that might be thinking you'll come on the 4th of October and you'll get communion, we're going to just take things really easy with little baby steps, okay? So we're going to think of the best way forward for us at St Paul's. And the first moment is for us to be together in that building, because I know there's those of you that are raring to go. And that's fantastic. That's great. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that. So we would have had a gospel reading this morning. So you'll remember that the gospels are in the New Testament. So that's the second half of the Bible, isn't it? And then we've got Matthew, Mark, Luke and John. And today's little thought that I got through, because I sign up, you know. I don't know whether you've thought about this, but things pop up on Facebook, don't they? You can have this reading and that reading, or this bit and that bit sent to your emails if you have an email. And so I have Christian art because I love pictures. I think that a picture says 1,000 words. It's like an action, isn't it? You know, we have to walk the talk, don't we, physically? So we, as well as giving people our time, well, how do we do that? Well, I'm going to see if I can get my picture up. And this guy, it's American, by the way. It's by a guy called Skid Robot. So you might want to have a look and find him on Facebook. I think this particularly interests you, Eileen. So let me see if I can bring it round. Can you see that there, look? That picture? Oh, that's not too bad, is it? She says. See that picture? It's a homeless man. And what this Skid Robot does, this man, I'll give you his name in a minute, he goes round, he actually helps homeless people. And as he's helping them, where they're sleeping at that moment in time, he draws little, well, set of drawers, look, and a bird cage, I think, is there at one side. Let me see if I can get a better picture, a bigger picture, because I've tried to make it big. Yeah, there's a bird cage, look. And so what he does, he helps them as well. Obviously, physically, he does the art to make that place nicer where they're staying. I don't think that's any bigger, but that's it again, look. So he does the art on the walls, a little bird cage and everything. And yeah, the cage is the other side, Wendy, that's why you can't see it. And as he's doing that, then he actually helps. It gives his time. That's the point I'm making. He gives his time to homeless people, and he draws a little bit of a room for them where it looks like a bit of a subway there, doesn't it? And so he does that. And then he actively seeks with them to find them a place where they are, where they're, you know, obviously it supports them where they're living. And then he finds them, with the help of the authorities, finds them a place to stay. So and I'm looking for his name because I'm sure I've got it somewhere. But anyway, I'm sure if you put in Skid Robot, SKID, Skid, as you skid on the ice, Skid Robot, you'll be able to find his work. I thought that particularly interests you, Eileen, and possibly Lynn as well, because I know you two are very arty and do lots of things, don't you, with your you're just great, you're very gifted, you know. And when you spend time doing what you do, and then you pass that gift on, I too think that's a blessing. So he does that. This guy, Skid Robot, he makes that a bit pretty, and then he actively gives his time to actually help homeless people, and he gets them off the streets as well. So it's the heart, isn't it, that Jesus is always interested in, our hearts, isn't he? He wants us to give him our hearts, and then when we give him our hearts, then it opens up our hearts, all of our hearts, doesn't it, to want to be able to do more things, to want to be able to give some of our hearts then to other people, doesn't it? So we have a different mindset, doesn't it? So yeah, it makes it feel like a real home. Yes, it does, doesn't it? So they've got so that's great. And what he does then, you see, is he follows that up, and he finds them a place, obviously with the authorities, with the agencies, and he finds them a place to live. So he's walking the talk, you see, he's giving his time. And we may not have hundreds of thousands of pounds to give away. We may not have £1 to give away. But actually, we can ring someone up, can't we? And give them 10 minutes of their time. Actually, it's more in usual cases, isn't it? But that's okay, because we talk for as long as we need to. There was a lovely thing on Facebook. The first thing about love is to listen. And I think the second thing is to know you have been heard. That's the greatest gift, isn't it, that someone can give to me, really. To know that as I've warbled, as I've ranted, as I've had a conversation, that actually to know that I've been heard. And that's the greatest gift, if someone has given me their time. Whether that's in an email, because sometimes people prefer emails because they like it to ching, ching, ching. They think about it, or a text. Because sometimes you need that moment, don't you, to reflect on what is going on and how you've said it. In my counselling, when I was having counselling, a long time ago now, but when I was having counselling, and I used to put all my stuff out on the table, I used to go in and blur, because that was a good thing to do, blur all over the table. And then I'd say something about that blur on the table. And actually, when I went back the next week, I would say, actually, I don't want to say it like that anymore. I think I'll say it like this now, because I'd had time, because it had come out, and because I'm I think, the more I talk, the better I am at thinking. So that's good for me. I can't go away in a little room and think about things. I have to do it all out and collectively with my team, with my PCC, with my church family. I have to do it like that, don't I? So Jesus comes. He's already given us his time and continues to give us his time, doesn't he? Which enables us to see where we can use our time constructively. Because we can all, myself included, while away the time in front of the telly, watching whatever it is we watch, which floats our boat. Nothing wrong with that. But we need to be constructive with our time as well, because that will help us to see Jesus in others. And probably more importantly, for people to see Jesus in us. So when Skid Robot goes and takes the time to paint a room to make it look like a home, thank you, Eileen, and then he finds them a home as well. He's walking the talk, isn't he? So he's bringing joy to people on both levels, which is, of course, so much more than happiness, isn't it? So much more, because happiness is fleeting. Happiness is that happy clappy. We've talked about that before, haven't we? The happy clappy stuff. And once you've stopped clapping, then that's all gone, hasn't it? Yeah? But actually, if we can have that joy, and we don't allow people to steal our joy, we mustn't allow them to do that, must we? No. So, then, we can't help people financially. That's fine. We may not be able to draw wonderful things. Some of us can, and make wonderful things. I know I'm talking to certainly Eileen, Lynn and Peggy, who make wonderful things. So we may not be able to do that. But we can give people our time. And it's difficult with the new rules, the new guidelines. How are we going to do that? How are we going to despair? How are we going to do that? But we'll find a way, even if that's just 5 minutes over the garden gate, or in an email or a text. We can find a way, can't we? Because we'll remember that Jesus was there and is there for each and every one of us. And if we ask him for his time, he's there, isn't he? Instantly. So we maybe have to be a bit creative in the way that we give our time as well. Yes, it's all very tight. You don't have to talk to me about tight time. Maybe we could just think about rearranging one thing. Because when we hear the word giving, I don't know about you, but if somebody says to me about giving, I automatically think about money. Because usually people are saying, give us your money, give us your money, give us your money, aren't they? But actually, maybe we could have a new mindset when we think about giving. And we could think how we could creatively give that time. Because the Bible tells us that each should give what they have decided to give, not reluctantly or compulsory. I don't know whether that's even a word. Being compulsorily. There's a few teachers on here that will tell me. Anyway, that way, we don't have to be made to do things. That's a good word for me, isn't it? Made. Better than compulsorily, really. We should give whatever we are giving with a cheerful heart, because God loves a cheerful giver. The Bible also tells us to carry one another's burdens. And I know we do that very, very well. So, we do what we do, when we can, how we can, find new ways to give. Let's think about one little thing that we could change today. Oh, Arella, bless you. I'll talk to you in a bit. Margaret Bowler, good morning. So let's think about the one little thing that we could change today. Just one little thing. Because it's all about baby steps, isn't it? None of us have all the answers. Because if we had all the answers and we were all perfect and we all knew, then we wouldn't need Jesus, would we? Which is why we cling on to Jesus, because we need some answers to some things. And then, sometimes there are no answers, are there? So, exactly, Eileen, Jesus may even talk to you. If you give him your time, he may even talk to you through other people. You may get confirmation. You may have had a thought and you may have a confirmation about that thought from another person. Perfectly right and proper. Absolutely. As long as it's a mature, dedicated, is that the right word? Trying to think of the right word. So what you need is when you're asking someone about something and you've both given each other time, you need to make sure that you are asking people who have a solid foundation in their Christian faith, who are really constructively trying to make a journey with Jesus. So they're the people that are closer to Jesus and so will have more of a handle on how to help you. But sometimes we tell people something and they're just not helpful at all, are they? So let's think about that one little change anyway. What can we change? What would we like to do differently? Just one little thing. Worth a thought, isn't it? I think. That's what you do, isn't it? When you have a thought, you think. Stay home. Stay safe. And stay well. And don't forget your masks, because they're really important. Because that's giving to others, isn't it? As we wear our mask, we're saying we're going to keep you safe. And I know there are people that can't wear them for all sorts of reasons. I'm talking about those of us that can. So, the Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious to you and all those that you love and care for and maybe cannot see at this moment in time. The Lord be gracious to you and give you his peace. See you Sunday, 10 o'clock. No, 10 o'clock for pre-recorded service in DD, and then 11 o'clock for me again. How about, wait one moment, let me get it back up. There we go. This guy does very big things. We can do very little things, but they can make a big difference. See you Sunday. $11 o'clock after pre-recorded service. Take care. God bless. I'm around for a bit, if you like. We can hang on. I've finished my coffee, but don't let that stop you. Oh, no, I haven't actually. I haven't finished my coffee. Good morning, Pauline. Good to see you. Thank you, Avro. Good to see you all. Thank you for pressing your buttons. It's great to encourage each other. You see, we've given each other our time. And we've had a right good night of doing it, haven't we? Not put the world to rights, but at least we can make a bit of a difference, can't we? Thank you, Marion. Thank you, Avro. You're very welcome. Lynn Faulkner. Have we not done a blessing, Lynn Faulkner? Have I blessed people? What? I tell you what, you can't help but have a double blessing, can you? Oh, have I forgot the last bit? Anyway, let's go for it. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious to you and all those that you love and care for and maybe cannot see again at this moment in time. The Lord be gracious to you and give you his peace. Thank you, Lynn Faulkner. We ask for this blessing in the name of God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit. Amen. Now we're complete. Thank you, Lynn. I forgot the last bit, didn't I? That's the encore. No, it's not the encore, is it? It's the bestest bit. The Lord bless us and keep us. Fabulous. Anyway, there's nothing wrong with a double blessing. Pressed down and running over. That's what Paul tells us in the Bible. A guy called Paul. We can have as many blessings as we want. I know, Lynn. Thank you about the news of the caravan. I'm working on the newsletters have been done. I'm working on them is all I can say to you. I've got a bit of a full week. I would appreciate your prayers at 3 o'clock on Friday. It's my nephew's funeral, his baby's funeral, Charlie's funeral at 3 o'clock at Mansfield Creme. So if you can hold us in prayer at that time. It's a very small gathering, but would be great to have you to have you there. Sorry, I'm not laughing about the funeral, of course. I'm laughing about Lynn Faulkner. She's waiting for the waving of the hand. There it goes, Lynn. Duh. Yeah. So it's a bit of a tough call on Friday. Just 12 days old, little Charlie. So, bless. Thank you, Lynn, for reminding me about that. That's just lovely. Because I go off on one, don't I? I do. I just go off on one. I know. I'm a bit like spray paint, aren't I, Eileen? All over the place. Do you know what? Are we going to have rain today? Oh, it does look a bit unsettled out there now. It does. Maybe not. Maybe not. We've had a right goodly number this morning. We have. That's lovely, because you've all given your time. It's all encouraging each other, isn't it? It's just fab. Thank you for that. It's much appreciated. Much appreciated. And as I say, that Christian art, I'm sure you can pick it up on Facebook. I think that's where I got it from. You just tap it, send in your email. Don's 90th birthday on the 21st. Indeedy. I think we have a birthday on the 21st. We've got lots. We've got lots in September. I think there's about 4 in September. There's Elias, there's Mark, Floss, Freya and Isla. They're all there. They're all in the mix. They are. I know it's gone all over, because it was all right this morning. Was. Good morning, Heather. Look at you. You and your babies. You are a total inspiration to us. You are total inspiration. What an amazing family, really. Bless you. Barbara Gordon, goodbye and have a good natter to your daughter in New Zealand. Thanks, Lynn, for your prayers. That will be great. Catch us on the loop, Heather, when you've got another moment. Ha ha. We've been talking about time today, on what little thing we might be able to change with our time. So, yes. Are you doing the stairs then? Are you doing the stairs, Eileen? You may be excused. You're all right. Get your paintbrush. Is it the stairs today that you're doing? Have you decided that you're going to paint the stairs? Might be. Now you've got your paintbrush in your hand. See you Sunday, Lynn. Thank you. Oh, you're all right, Heather. You can catch us on the loop, can't you? Oh, please don't feel, you press when you can. Give it the time when you've got the time, isn't it? That's the thing. It is. Bless you. I'll be thinking of you tomorrow, June, as well, as you wave through the window to Mike. I'll be thinking of you both. So see you tonight, Eileen, at Bible study. Yes, indeed. Indeedy. That was a good picture though this morning, wasn't it? That was. Good picture. Just gives us a bit of an insight, doesn't it? Into other people's plights, really. Thanks, Lynn. Thank you. Well, you're going to paint them, Eileen. Okay, off you go then. Don't let your paintbrush dry. It's rubbish when your paintbrush is all hard and horrible, isn't it? It is. So. Way up. Can you hear all that? Emails to the fore. Oh, Lordy. A lot of them, though, to be fair. I don't know where they come from, but I just delete them without reading them. Hey. Oh, June, that is lovely. Oh, give our love to Lorraine and Stephen as well. Bless you. Yeah, Heather, you, as I've already said, amazing family that you are. You are an inspiration to us as we watch you live and we watch you grow. It's just incredible, the things that you all do. Never say never, because there's never a never, is there, Heather? There's only a we can and we will, and then we do. Brilliant. Just fantastic. Well done. Those of you that joined in a little bit ago, then I'm going to let you all. I'm going to let the last couple of you go. I am. Catch us on the loop. Look at the picture. Zoom in and look at that detail. And think, what little thing can I change? See you Sunday, 11 o'clock. Don't forget to tune in at 10 for pre-recorded. Love you. God bless.